So now it's starting.
Camera for a minute then?
Yeah, for like 15.
Okay, so I can go put my horse away.
Yes. And I told Lily and Denise how to do it.
Yeah, usually we like.
Okay, so can I have my phone?
Check it out. So I turned that off. Yeah, we'll just see. And honestly, we don't do it for.
Like, we just, it's a check-in, right?
Yeah. Whatever. It's not for like time.
No. She's such a nice shade of chestnut.
She is. She's gotten a lot darker.
Yeah, it's like that rich, more red.
Yeah. Well, and then remember she got orange.
Yeah, yeah. She's more sort of golden. I was up until 2:30 working on Wednesday,
Ooh.
just because that's my life. And then didn't really sleep very well the last couple nights. And then last night, I don't know what it was. I was like excited or what. I was like going over the rides in my head. I like could not fall asleep. And then I think I was also anxious because I had to be up by 6 o'clock because I had to do my chores for my guys
Yeah.
to work. Because it's, of course, I was like, Alicia usually does the weekend chores, so I didn't even think about it. She's like, I gotta be at work by 7. I'm like, I hate you. So I had to get that done. I was just, because we started at 8 today, I'm like, I cannot be late. So I think my brain is like, are you awake? Are you awake?
That's the worst
I
when you're.
got 3 alarms just in case.
It's the worst when you're anxious about getting up on time because then
Yeah.
you wake up too many times because you're
Yeah.
anxious about getting up on
I
time.
like, did not fall asleep until at least 12, and then
Yeah.
I was up at least 2 or 3 times. And then when I kind of woke up, my body woke up at 5:40. And I was like, that's cool, because I was going to get up at like 5:55 for my birthday.
Yeah, and you're like, great.
And I was like, come on, like you couldn't give me the 15 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
just, do I get up now? No.
I had a job. Yeah, I had a job recently, and I had to get up at like I had to leave my house at like 7 or something,
Yeah.
and I was just like so anxious about not making it.
Well, and I've never been, honestly, only for horses, I've never been a morning person. Like, ask my sister, getting me up for high school was just the worst. So, I think that's where my, like, I don't sleep in the way I used to, obviously, because I have kids now, but it's like.
They kind of ruin that, don't they?
Yeah.
And
like,
then you kind of become a morning person if you have no choice.
you have to. Like, my sleep in now is like 8 o'clock.
More for the kids. I know, even today, it was like, I've been kind of sleeping and it was like
Yeah.
7.
Everybody's
Everybody's
awake.
6:45 and I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I normally get up at about 7 o'clock anyway, so it's like, I get up to go pee, and if the kids happen to be like at my parents or something, I'm like, oh, this is, but it's not like 8, because I'm now wired this way. But it's just funny how a 1 hour difference, because I'm like, no, I'm actually out doing chores at like 6 o'clock. I'm like, well, plus it's so dark, it's all right.
Oh yeah.
It's just as dark.
Well, even at night, you're like, it feels like 11 and it's
I
like
know. 6:30,
5. You're
yeah.
like, I gotta go to bed and it's like 6 o'clock at night.
Well, especially because like all our guys are at 5, right? So when I have to do blanket changes in the evening, it's like, now I feel like I gotta change them by like 4:30 or 5 o'clock. And sometimes the temperatures have to drop, but it's like I'm about to lose daylight. I hate blanketing 12 horses in the dark, even though they're all 13, even though they're all very good.
It's just not fun though.
It's just like, what have I done? Why do we do this to ourselves?
What a hobby.
What a hobby. At least we're all the same, so we get it.
Yeah,
Everyone's insane.
Yeah.
horse people are crazy.
We're all control freaks and love stress, so we do dressage. Yeah. So whenever you feel she's ready, you can do like just a nice little trot, nice and loose all around, wherever you like. Whatever your normal is. Yeah. all braided up. You guys look good.
Hey, I got quick knots. I needed to try them.
I like it. They're pretty good.
They're so convenient.
Yeah, they held Doro's mane in, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Really? I'm sure
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, these look like they work.
Yeah.
What are quick knots?
They're like a metal thing. So you do your braid like the normal way, and then you put like this metal rod kind of into the braid, and it like just holds everything in. Kind of like, you know, some people do buns and then put like a
Okay.
chopstick. I think it's kind of like that.
Okay.
So it's like quicker than elastics. They wouldn't last like overnight or anything,
Okay.
but if you did the day off for like an hour or two like this,
Okay.
We do dressage, not hunters, because I don't want to do as many braids, so I don't want to spend all the time. I have so much respect for those hunter braiders. Like,
don't they have to get like 20 or something?
they do like 47 braids in a mane.
Oh my.
Honestly, if you ask them, it's usually between like 30 and 40, depending on the length of the neck, because they're so small and so wide.
Really?
And it's like, you guys are superheroes. I do not. You have no ride times for too many braids. I can't do this.
That's a lot of braids.
They feel like that big.
Huh.
Damn. It'd be like 3 hairs per braid.
Very lovely.
It just looks nice, do they figure?
Yeah.
That's your like resistance where there's going to be resistance usually there. Sometimes it's like turning, sometimes it's like she's learning to talk and we haven't working on get really movement from my ass. Like you ready? Like I usually start off.
Resistance and transition too? Like, at the end of transition, do they come up?
We've been catering since like August.
Okay. So still greenish.
Still green.
Okay. Do you want to touch the canvas today?
Sure. Yep, I'll do. The right, I want to be more, clear.
Okay.
So that transition is, but I know that I need to be like that as a rider too. Yeah, I need to, okay.
Whoa. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's hot like hell.
4 feet.
1, 2, 3, 4. I don't judge too hard. I clearly can't keep track of 2, so. I'm not the last word, but it's great.
I know. I know. A little baby.
You get a chance to change direction. So we'll go to the left. All over there. So again, the goal of the contact is that it's light. Fire anybody in the first. So because the neck is the balancing rod of the horse, we want to make sure that we never take that away. So even as you're kind of trying to help her stretch out, she's got a stiff side, she's got a squishy side, she's got that. We want to make sure that every question we ask, there's a very quick release, so that she has the opportunity to find her own balance in the scaffolding that we set up. So horses that have, a lot of horses have a slightly short neck for their body. It's just the way the combination works on a lot of them. The goal is through the ride that you make her neck a little bit longer, a little bit longer, a little bit longer, and a little bit looser, right? So we can touch the rein at the beginning of the ride. Obviously, we have very loose expectations, especially when they're green. Okay? But the principle still applies. So as I head to the left, I need to be flexing just gently to the left. As I go to the right, it's just slightly to the right. So we are asking them to recognize the direction of travel in order to maintain it out. That inside hind leg has to be underneath the body so that she can use it essentially as a pillar to lift the back up. So in order for it to be underneath, she has to be flexed the correct direction. So do I expect her to maintain any level of roundness or outline with that? No. But I want her to be able to travel straight through her spine would just have a little bit of a, a blinky, flirty eyelash on the inside, right? So, like, I've used this analogy a few times, and I'm just being somewhat repetitive this weekend, but like a fish swimming in the water, they have to maintain motion, they have to have freedom of the spine, so that they can, the tail has to keep riding a little bit, but then stay close, right? It's the integrity of the spine that prevents the fish from, plunging to the bottom of the ground. So, for a horse, that fishtail is their neck. So at no point am I going to tell you to either force her neck in any direction or take any weight in your hands. Because the moment you take that away, the fish cannot swim and they need to stay. Right? The horse is the same. The problem with us as people on our back is our hands are our greatest tool. So that we end up grabbing our face and we're out. This is not saying anything like that. So we have a tendency to overcorrect if we can in order to fix the problem, and then we have horses who kind of shut down and hold tension in the contact, and that's why. So every time you change direction, you introduce the new inside leg, new inside hand, new outside brain, but you do so in a way that sort of suggests the connection, and then offers a big release for her to carry herself. So, it's not evil to touch the rein. I want you to actually carry the contact. I don't want the rein flopping around. When I say lightness, I don't mean disappearing. I mean you carry the weight of the bit and no more. It's your job to maintain that nice contact. And now you should be lifting that bit simply off her tongue so it sits nicely in the creases in her mouth. And then it's her job to chew on it and then take it forward. Okay? So it should feel like you're holding hands with your father walking your ball, nice light, and whether you're taking it or not, kind of run off and go right here. Okay. So here, she's just slightly to the right, yeah? So I want you to think about the hind end of the horse is also wider than the front end of the horse, right? They're kind of like a Dorito. Some horses more than others. But I want you, when you think about having the flexion to the left in this direction, I want you to think about bringing the shoulders to the left of center, because they're more narrow than the hind leg. How do we get her around her inside hind leg? We have to bring the weight around the hind leg. So when you're thinking about your flexion, you're also connecting your outside rein, sitting 2% more on your inside seat bone, and bringing her around your left knee, drop that hair. Okay, so for the balance of the turn, right? With the side lifts, going around the corner, and lean into it a little bit, same thing, right? So, when she has big, strong shoulders in front, you want to make sure that you're constantly asking her to move her outside shoulder a little bit more in front of you, and then releasing the rein on the inside of her neck so that it can soften and carry forward. So throughout this whole thing, especially on a green bean horse, you have to be really solid in your own position, in your own balance, because most of the questions you ask are going to come to the position of your body. So your back, your trunk, your seat, your legs, all of that belongs to you. That's straight, upright, strong, calm. However, the arms start from the center of your spine and go all the way down to your mouth, are like triangle elastic. They completely belong to your horse. So, as you are half-holding, lifting, turning, doing all this stuff with your trunk, you are asking her where she wants you to put her hand. So she goes a little forward and hands a little forward. She goes to the left and hands a little left. You know what I mean? So you are following the contact so that she can feel like she has the freedom to use and bend her neck as she needs to stay balanced, without compromising your position. So when I say she kind of wants to go a little forward and give forward, it doesn't mean that she gets to pull you to the dirt, right? You're not giving up your shoulders, your upper back. You can still keep your chest up and allow her to go this way a little bit, right? When we talk about the hands that are independent from the seat, it's that you can literally telescope them out from your body and she can have them, right? Because this doesn't change, okay? So, especially when we're taking the green work down, we're working on cancer in particular, you have clear positional ask, right? This is my camera position, this is my top roller, this is my hole. Each one of them is just a position change. And you maintain that position until you want her to do something else, right? They should be like objects in space. You know, you throw it, it's going to continue until you tell it to do something else. Same thing. You said trot, she trots until you change and ask her a different question. Okay? That's the self-sufficient, self-motivated horse. So when you're ready, I have to trot this way. Now that I've just spewed a whole bunch of that at you. So do it now. Yeah, now go do it. Now go sit down. Good. So bend your elbows a little bit more, softer in your core. So although you're very good at carrying your contact out of more light in your connection, you're just a little stiff in the arm. Okay? I want you to feel like you can move it. A little bit of Gumby here. You know what I mean? Yeah. We joked about this yesterday. Clearly I'm not an interpretive dancer, but if I was, I could move my arms like this. That's the feeling that you have in your contact. It moves, it breathes, your body can move stronger. Your hands can move. What? You know, we get told to sit still and sit pretty so often that we forget that the horse is a moving object, right? Stillness is an illusion as you absorb the motion of the horse. She's big, she's got a nice big neck. You got to follow it, allow it to move. Let your hands go to the contact. Let your hands come up when she comes up and she loses balance and you kind of reset start, right? Good. So soften your wrist. That's it. So a little bit of a kind of a squish and release on the rein. Yeah, to use the technical term, squish it. I kind of think about squishing my rein. I think about even vibrating my rein a little bit. So it's kind of like a game of catch me if you can, where you're not actually going to hold weight. It takes two to pull, you know that, right? So I never want to hold the rein long enough that she can set on it. Okay? Contact is not static in that regard. I can touch it. I can ask her to chew a little bit. I can ask her to soften her jaw a little bit on the right side by connecting. But as soon as I catch, I want to think about releasing and giving her the opportunity to answer the question. If I hold the rein too long, she can't answer me. I essentially muzzle her, right? Good. So here's 20-meter circle. And after we just flex a little bit more to the inside, make sure your legs are nice and long. And as we kind of like loosen up the neck, a lot of the time it happens that the horse kind of shakes their head a little bit. You know, they might even kind of bob it up and down, tilt their head, blah, blah, blah. Especially when they're green beans, your job is to follow, which is easier said than done, right? But she's letting go of a moment's attention, right? You go to your physiotherapist or massage therapist, they find a knot. When they finally release it, you feel kind of funny for a second, right? The blood flow increases, your nerves start tingling. The same thing happens in the horse. When they kind of guard themselves and hold themselves like this, and you ask them to let that go, and you open all the channels, they feel all the feelings. Right? You have to allow her to do that. So don't be discouraged if when you ask her to start letting go of her neck, you get a little bit of this happening. Yeah. It's normal. And it's expected. Right? Good. A little softer in your knee there, longer in your neck. Good. You want to feel like your boots are still. So you're going to push and you're going to squeeze to send her forward, but we're not going to kick with the boot. Does that make sense? You kind of got to put your legs together underneath her, like you're going to give a girth, a big hug. And you're going to push from the center of your core. You send her out for a second or two, and then you take a deep breath and you release. And then you push her through the channel, and then you take a breath and you release. We don't take every step, because that makes it a dull horse. Right? Good. A little more connection on the rein. Just want you to feel like you can just pick up a little bit with some vibration. Feel like, yeah. If you just start with the, whirl, not the telephone game, right? With the cans and the string, you have to pull it tight enough that you could maintain the conversation, but it's not so taut that you pull it from the other person, right? So the contact here has to connect with the mouth so that you can squish your fingers, vibrate the rein a little bit, and ask her to chew very gently and very softly on that bit. Because again, she's in a great outline to start for a green horse. I love it. She's open, her neck's open. open, her nose is out, I love all the things. All I want her to do is to connect your hand a little bit more so that you can switch the way she starts to chew and she's talking really raw. Her coming in round, but her coming round is her literally just finding that connection to the contact where she feels like she can chew on the bit and essentially like just release her muscles around it. So here we kind of actually move a little bit. So yeah, you can see the tension on the left there. Right? So I want you to feel like you can move that range. Okay? So on a big circle, I don't care if it's in the middle or on the end. I want you to shorten that left rein up a little bit. Watch that your left hand doesn't drop down below your right one. Yeah, you always want to keep the inside shoulder up a little bit. All the things we know. All the things we know. I'm not telling you anything you haven't heard before. It's just having somebody here to see it.
Right.
Makes a difference, right? I want you to touch that rein, and I want you to vibrate it, and then I want you to do a big give. And I want you to touch it, and then do a big give. And touch it, and do a big give. You have to kind of invite her into the space. So she doesn't just walk out. She just kind of holds the bed. She does a great job. She's light. She's got good rhythm. You know, it would be easy to hide behind that little bit of tension in the left side of your neck. But if it's something that you feel your left rein's a little bit dead, yeah, you have to kind of wake it up, right? Your foot falls asleep. You kind of have to go after it a little bit. Yeah. Walk for 1 sec. Yeah, almost. Walk for 1 sec. And walk away to keep walking.
She definitely has to walk.
I know, she's like, hey.
Lee has really nice moments with her. Do you want me to?
No, so this hand has a tendency to just come down and stop. Okay. Right? So I want you to just bend from the elbow. I want this hand to stay a little bit more neutrally. And I want this to be a little more active. She's like super good. Well, that's what we need. We need to give her this. Yeah. This is what's going to give it to you, not this. We need to press okay. Okay. And drop it. Which sounds ridiculous when I say drop it. Right? But you need to let go first.
Yeah.
Right? Because I don't speak English, we have to do one thing first. So as you're trotting around, I want you to kind of connect and then drop it. Drop it. Yes, your elbow comes forward and you go, okay,
Yeah.
I'm not holding it, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And she's going to start to search a little bit more. Maybe we'll get a little bit more in the middle. She will,
Yeah.
she will.
I feel like I need to stretch a layer. Let me keep them forever. Maybe back going. I know, you're all bundled.
Oh, here,
She
I'll-
swam.
No, here, you sit, I'll break you.
That is lazy. Like, this is like the hardest I feel like I've worked on a long time. And it's only been like 15 minutes.
We just got started.
What are we doing Monday? She's like, oh my
Extra
gosh.
layer for you. Okay? So I want you to touch and I want you to dramatically release a little bit. And we're not going to do that forever.
No, but
But I want you to train your brain a bit.